Hi, welcome to another episode of That's the Thing 2. Oh god, Overture? Yeah,
Overture.
Overture.
Yeah.
I almost said Accent Core, but I'm like,
No,
that's not right.
it's
It is
Overture.
episode 97,
Yeah.
and we're complaining about
Yeah, we're
Naruto
talking
again.
about Naruto. And
How it
basically,
doesn't hold up to the slightest bit of scrutiny.
I think of any of the recent Shonen Jumps, I think Naruto is the one that just does not work at all. Like, if
Also,
you
you
think
can't really
about
call
it,
it recent anymore.
I consider recent, like,
It's
uh,
it's not even from this millennium, it's from
it
last
is. It's
millennium.
like, it started, like, didn't it start, like, in 98 or around there, like, when,
Yep.
like, One Piece started?
Yeah.
To But I think so. Hi Nolan, we're just talking about Naruto and how it's the of all the Shonen Jumps, it's the one that like does not work, like world building. Because I think Bleach actually kind of works world building just because it's so like simple. It's just you got Earth, you got Spirit World, and then you got Evil Spirit World.
Yeah,
The end.
you got Earth, Heaven, and Hell. What else
Yeah.
do you need?
Well, actually, Drew, there's Earth, Heaven, Hell, and then Super Hell that only appears in the movie.
God. Yeah,
But
so
but still, it's
Naruto, even from its original premise of young child who is the outcast and wants to become the leader so everyone loves him, stops working as soon as you're like, but wait, didn't his dad sacrifice himself heroically to save the entire village?
Yeah.
So why does everyone hate his son?
not
Dude,
just
wasn't his
hate.
dad like the president, and he was like one of the best presidents ever?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's on the mountain.
Yep.
Did they put him on the mountain?
Okay,
Well, apparently you
did
don't
no
have
one
to
tell
do much
Naruto
to get-
this?
No one told him
I don't
this.
think so. No, I don't think anyone tells him his dad was Hokage.
Also,
Which
no
also
one.
makes no sense.
Also, no one told him about his mom, who is also like one of the most beloved characters. like,
Like,
and
I don't understand why everyone's supposed to hate this child. Like, I don't.
let's not even.
If Sasuke was the main character, it would make sense of like, oh yeah, the entire like,
The Uchiha clans
was
are
wiped
evil.
out because they were gonna perform a coup, and we've always kind of been racist to the Uchiha. So it'd make a lot more sense if that was the main character.
It would also make a lot more
They were
sense.
also cops.
All right, yeah. So also think about this: like
Yes.
in every Shonen Jump, like Naruto's are explicitly child soldiers. like everyone, and no one like talks about it. Like everyone else, like if you think like One Piece, they're pirates, but a pirate can be kind of a goofy guy who sails around
Yep.
and does stuff.
Yep.
But there's no
At
like,
the end of the day, a pirate is a man who just rejects the laws
yeah, like in
for their
Bleach.
own sake.
In Bleach, you could be like you're a Ghostbuster effectively. That makes sense. You're fighting monsters and other Ghostbusters. I get it. I get it. But like in Naruto, there's like the school, and the school is training you to be like a child soldier. There's no like adventure in Naruto. They're like literally mercenaries going on mercenary. Like the first bit was they had to go to like the village and kill two people. It's wild.
They're literally children sending children on missions to murder other people.
Yeah, like they're not heroes. But the show doesn't talk about this. The show never makes a point of going, or the manga of like, isn't this kind of messed up? Like Hunter x Hunter does. Hunter x Hunter explicitly is like, no, this isn't good. The Hunter Association allowing children into the Hunter exam and said, well, if they can pass, fine, is not good.
Yo, they're good enough. Go on.
Listen, if this 13-year-old can jump down into the pit, grab the spider egg, and then come on back without falling to their death, then I guess we'll allow them.
Also, to be fair, to even get to that point, there's multiple qualification rounds
True.
where they can be like disqualified just
Run-
on the simple premise.
Run the ultra marathon. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it, child.
And even the even the ultra marathon, it's already like, nah, you had to like get this ship captain approval to continue.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
you had
from
to
there,
find that thing.
and then from there you had to like, yes, exactly. You had to find the hunter exam to even take the hunter exam, which is not easy.
Yeah, but like, I'm just trying to think of like every other popular shonen. I think works better, or at least makes more sense. I think
See, I'm trying to think because my hero is, I mean, they are kind of child things, but they're supposed to be in school first because they're heroes.
I mean, the vibe I got from My Hero Academia is the people that are the professional superhero are kind of there because there's so many mutant people around. So it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna need like you need you're gonna need your Storm from X-Men to be able to deal with in case like some other people show up that are bad. Like you can't you got to have that person there to fight them because like
Also,
the entire population could theoretically just turn into like, yo, I'm Apocalypse, what up?
Also, My Hero Academia, I think, only works in the concept of Japan, where, they have reasonable laws and regulations about weapons of mass destruction.
Also consider that My Hero Academia is also technically a post-apocalypse because they talk about how when superheroes showed up, the world was effectively destroyed, and only now are they like rebuilding.
Yeah, society
Hey,
is
look,
back
now
where
we have a good society. Look, the X-Men kind of destroyed everything, but now it's good because everyone's an X-Men.
Yeah, because Magneto won super hard, but from winning super hard, it was real bad for a couple of, like decades. But even still, it makes sense. And also, as superheroes, they're at least their stuff is all like their training course is like saving people from buildings or fighting the bad guy. It's not like murder. It's not murdering people or like in general. If you're gonna have like your Shonen Adventure series, it's either being a hero or being like an adventurer. Like Luffy's an adventurer. He's traveling around, getting into scrapes, finding treasure, fighting bad guys. But like Naruto's like a mercenary, and not even
Also,
he's being paid to kill. That's his job.
He went to school to kill from like age 4. Like this is like so I've been watching Gundam 00 and I've been really enjoying Gundam 00.
Yeah.
Gundam 00 is like I'm 10 episodes in and I'm thrilled about it.
Okay, I told you it's Wing 2.
I think it's like I would classify it more as like Gundam Seed if it was good. Like, 'cause it still has that kind of art style, but I'm like, no, there's enough sauce here that I'm like, yo, it's like,
Yeah, Setsuna FCA, pretty cool guy, but he's ignoring his neighbor.
I'm glad that like we get I'm as so I've due to like my hand injury and my fascination with the Gundam miniature game, I've been watching a lot of Gundam. I think since the past podcast, I finished Unicorn, I finished Witch from Mercury, and I watched the crappy Netflix like 6 episode CG Gundam, which is not.
Oh yeah.
It's not good, but it has some interesting ideas. But anyway, Gundam 00, I'm liking it a lot. I like it makes a good strong foot forward when the show opens with child soldiers being told that they are God's warriors as they're having to fight like giant neck Zakus who are like shooting them. And I'm like, this is great. This is how you start a show. I'm invested.
Listen, celestial being has one job it's going to do, and it's going to stop war for everybody.
I'm glad that the characters in the show have picked up on my own idea where they're like, this can't be exactly what Celestial Being is going to do. This is not the plan. There's an alternative here. Also, the blonde dude pilot of the Union is incredible. I love him.
So
Old Russian man with a scar is great. Love him. I even like the civilian character, like Sei's neighbor, Setsune's neighbor, and his like stupid.
Just a dude that's just hanging out.
But I like I like that he's dealing with the stupid romance. But I also, because one, the Gundam pilots don't have to, and two, it gives you the look into like, what is it like being a civilian when you're just trying to go to like college, when you're on your space station tour for like your college work assignment, and then like the Gundam battle happens outside. What's that like for just Joe Q public? And I think that's a really interesting idea that they don't explore too much. Oh, they're so cool.
They never do.
There's just cool stuff. Yeah.
Like they like there's like a civil war between three factions that we're also following on top of that.
Oh,
and each faction has their own cool stuff. Whether it be Russian man and his child soldier that's been augmented, or blonde-haired Char.
I love him.
He's like, dude, I love my ships. I would never pilot a Gundam. They suck.
I love my boys. I love my lads.
Dude.
Also, I think the robot design in it is very good. It has that good mix of like Gundam, and then like I think we were talking about last time how like the Zaku's in 00 feel way more mech warrior coded than they generally do. And you get to see like the difference between like your typical Walker mech warrior and then like a Gundam shows up, and it's just not even fair.
They're like showing off, like, check out a brand new machine. It's like, oh, it's getting cooked in 2 seconds because it's so slow.
It can't. It's good. Listen, like, it's better than like a tank. That thing is huge.
Yeah.
It'll mess you up, and it has its like slow close combat weapons. But yo, the Gundam can like move horizontal. It can strafe. It can go like it just move. You're like, uh-oh. Also,
I also like that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the 4 current Gundams I've seen. I like all of them. I think they're all strong. I think the Exia is good. I really like the God, I can't remember just off the top of my head, but the Virtue. I think it's Virtue, the big boy.
Virtue.
The big boy.
Oh, the big girl. Yeah.
Oh, that thing is incredible. Also, the pilot is like, I think you've taken Pretty Boy too far, and they should have just made that pilot made him a girl. You could have just changed.
Just keep watching. Just keep watching for a bit.
Okay.
Just keep watching, dog.
I like the plane Gundam. It's pretty good.
Oh, the Kiryus.
Yeah, I forget their names
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah and Hallelujah. Yeah, that was like the last episode. Yeah, that's why I made the skeet about maybe it's not a good idea to put a person with multiple personalities and schizophrenia to pilot our super weapon. It might be bad. And Sniper Gundam's just cool. It's just good.
It is.
Dude,
Lock-on Stratus is my favorite.
He's the best he's the most well-adjusted of the crew. like
Now you see why that's one of my favorite Gundams of all time.
It's really cool.
It's the Lock-on Stratus is so cool.
He has the sniper, but he also has like the shield cloak from Death Scythe, and he has like that green Gundam Fenice color. And then, like, whenever he goes in the sniper mode, his, like, V-fin goes down, and it's like, oh, there's a lot going on there. It's a good Gundam. It's really solid. It's a solid Gundam, solid pilot, very good. I also think that it's impressive that we have Setsuna, who's just God's lessons are beautiful, as the Gundam pilot for this show.
So the bonus movie, I like that the center the main uh, thing that's going on in the show is we now have solar elevators.
Yeah. Oh, it's
we
cool.
no longer need oil, and the Middle East is tearing itself apart because of it.
Yeah, because oil's worthless now. We have the solar elevators, and every solar elevator is controlled. Like it's cool. It's good. It's a good Gundam show. It's like it's rapidly going up on my tier list. I like my Gundam. I'm still like a fifth of the way in, so who knows what can happen. But I don't imagine it's gonna get bad.
There's a little bit of a change in season 2, but it's still really good.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's kind of like how like Witch from Mercury was, where like I'd give like season 1 a 10 and then like season 2 a 9. Where like it falls off a little bit, but it's not terrible. I'm also more strict on Gundam shows because they have the automatic cool robot factor. Like every Gundam, or like even like the worst one, I'm like, yo, but that robot's cool though. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Even in like that crappy Netflix one, it was.
I do not think the robots in Seed and Seed Destiny are cool.
Well, I mean,
Thanks, don't worry.
That's
They all
I
suck.
really, and I do not like the trend of just giving bigger and bigger backpacks to the Gundams.
okay, well I don't
You
like.
know,
I have made my express knowledge that unlike Japan loves Seed and I hate it. Like of all the
yeah.
I think the crappy Resident Evil CG movie one on Netflix is better than Seed because it's more interesting. It's so failed, but there's interesting stuff going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like that one showed like combined arms a bit, where like you actually get to see like the Federation and Zaku's tanks matter, because there wasn't like it's like, oh, there's like 4 Zaku's that are dropping in our military skirmish, and that's like really big, but it's not like where you typically see it's like, nah, mobile suits matter and nothing else matters. Like we're gonna fight like 10 Zaku's and against the white base. We're not gonna see that stupid tank that like the top of it kind of flies up. Even though I like that thing, it's cool. But yeah, like, man, I've been based and Gundam pilled. I've just it's great. Just preparing for that miniature game. When that weather's warm. I've even been looking at like the Gundam card game. It looks okay. Yeah, the Bandai Gundam card game might be all right. Mainly because Magic the Gathering is just like, ugh.
Yeah, you want to go fast? You want to race?
It's cringe. It's so cringe. And it keeps getting cringe.
Yeah, they are flailing. They do not know. It's like the real point of having the 3 blocks all interconnected in one world is it gave it time to gestate and like make an actual plane. And then now it's like, no, we have to keep cranking out new worlds, and we are creatively tapped.
It feels like every set is an unset. Like this is the gag joke set. Like the detective one is the joke set, the cowboy one is like the joke set. This one's like the joke,
scary house.
The scary house joke set, and then it feels like it's either the joke set or my personal conspiracy theory that every one of these was a brand deal that fell through. Like this was supposed to be a different brand, but they just said no. So they just said, all right, fine. Can you
imagine the spooky house was Goosebumps?
Oh, I would think Stranger Things, because it's that 80s nostalgia. That baked 80s nostalgia is built in.
I agree, but I think they reached too high. They should have gone to Goosebumps.
Yeah, Goosebumps.
They're like, hey, can we make an R.L. Stine Magic the Gathering set?
It would have probably been better. They would have at least had to be respectful for the source material. So when you're playing Monster Blood 2 at least it wouldn't make you cringe that hard. You'd still be cringing. Let me tell you. But you'd be like, at least this is better than like our weird Furby driving a car. That's not what I'm into. Or just robots showing up. They're gonna have their space set. They're just doing a space set. That's gonna happen, and I'm not thrilled about it.
I like the Pokemon trading card game Pocket app still. That said, I never play any battling, and the battles are kind of, you only get a 20 card deck, so there's not a lot of variety. It's very much of like, oh yeah, here's the 10 cards in every deck, and the other 10 are, what's the meta? Gyarados EX is the meta.
Yeah, but at least it's still Pokemon.
There's coins.
Yeah.
I feel like
so much of that card game is random chance.
Yeah, I mean that's like every card game. That's even every like tabletop miniature game.
But I think even more so, like it's baked into the Pokemon trading card game so hard.
Yeah.
Because literally, like, all of the abilities are like, flip a coin, good luck.
I feel like Pokemon the card game is one of the few card games that maybe like Nintendo, Game Freak, Wizards was correct in not allowing adults to play it.
Mm-hmm.
because like their old like Super Trader Showdowns, there was no like 16 plus division, and that may have been correct because I think the elderly card gamer has ruined that Pokemon to make it unplayable.
Destroying it, yeah.
Like just as like, okay, I also kind of feel that way about Yu-Gi-Oh to an extent, where I feel like there's a speed that Yu-Gi-Oh should operate at, and it doesn't. But people like it because it's like really fast. But I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon are both way too quick for like a card game. If you're playing against like an optimized, like someone's like, okay, I know how this game works. Like it's gonna be.
They respect your time.
they respect your time in making turn 2 lethals.
Yep.
Listen, you better have that one hand trap, or else they're gonna go off on turn 1 in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like Ash Wind or something. Some zombie. You discard it and it stops them from special summoning. Which is
like that, yeah.
Yeah, I forget. You also have Max C.
Makes me think of Magic introduced that one fairy that was just like, discard this card to remove 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard. It's just like, how broken were things getting in Legacy? God, which doesn't even exist now, right? They got rid of the Legacy format.
It's still there. There's Legacy and then there's Vintage. I don't know. I don't play that. That's like for people that have like thousands of. That's for people that want to play with their like very expensive cards. Like,
yeah,
I'm not them. That's not online. I just play on Magic the Gathering Arena, and most of it I just play Standard and sometimes Brawl to do my daily quest, and then I'm like, and we're done. But oh yeah, I'm just thinking of just stream of consciousness. Have either of you two had to have an MRI before?
Nope.
Never.
Okay, it's really scary. Because
you gotta go in the tunnel.
You gotta go in the tunnel, yeah. And the tunnel isn't scary. But what is scary is because it's extremely loud. And they give you earplugs. I didn't know this. So, and then it starts, and it sounds like I'm going into PlayStation 1 Silent Hill boss fight, because it's just loud industrial noises that just keep repeating over and over, and sometimes a mechanical voice says, next scan beginning in 2 minutes, and then it just starts doing it. And it's that kind of industrial music where you think it's going to start turning into a song, but it never does. Where it's like, and you're like, okay, are we going to change? And it's like, no.
So this is the
I
intro,
need to
right?
sample this.
Keep going.
What? I couldn't hear.
She's like, oh, this is the intro, right? No? Okay, just
No.
keep going.
Yeah, it's just that.
No, this is what you need to sample to make your sick beats.
Yeah. And I was like, well, this is a nightmare. But I had that done to try to see what's going on with my left hand. I have a consultation on Wednesday where the doctor's gonna look at the results and say, do you need surgery or do you just need to keep on keeping on? Who knows?
Does it feel like it's deadly improved?
No, it kind of stalled.
Mm.
But I don't know if that's stalled because of tendon issues or healing, or is that stalled? Like, I don't know. All I know is that sometimes.
I feel like... Go ahead.
No, you can go. You can go.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you have the right professional like doing this, there's gonna be a paper written about like your wrists and ligaments of like what League of Legends and fighting games will do to like a 20-year-old developing wrist and the fallout in his 30s.
So what I think happens, and this is my non-doctor theory, is my mom and grandma, basically everyone on my mom's side has had arthritis. And I do think I have mild arthritis in my fingers and joints. Like, that's always been true. But what that does is that it doesn't make... It's made me not understand when it's really hurt and when it's just kind of passive hurt. So, like my joints will hurt just every so often for, like, a couple days, usually when it's cold. Whenever it gets cold, my joints hurt. 'Cause like every old person... Every cartoon old person, whenever it gets cold, their joints start to act up. And that's true for me. But it's one of those where, like, is this just regular, my hand is sore? Or is this, like, you've done something? The thing I know is that when I was trying to do Terry Bogard combos, and I felt a weird snap in my wrist, or on my thumb, and I was like, oh, that's different. That felt weird. But I'm still gonna keep doing it because, you know, I have.
It's not hurting right now.
Well, it's just hurting like my normal hands is kind of sore. My normal hand gets kind of sore sometimes. You know, but no, it got worse, and then I couldn't bend my thumb, and then it got worse, and then I had to go to the doctor.
Kevin, I'm sorry for sending you that combo.
Listen, that it's not your fault. It's just I think part of it is just as age. When this is all done, I have to have a big think about what games I can and cannot play anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it really seems also if you already had
arthritis problems,
joint damage. Yeah. Then
No.
I would also say like how much League and Dota you played did not help.
No, it didn't help at all. It really didn't help.
That just kind of sets you up for failure in the future.
Yeah, because there's a like, oh man, that's part of why I'm like excited to try to, like, all right, we're gonna give tabletop games another go. I feel like, because it's like even World of Warcraft MMOs, you still need to do a lot of clicking, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do clicking a lot. I might have to go to like turn-based games.
Have to do a lot of keyboard shortcuts.
Yeah, like you can't quite do it. I anything that needs an APM, I might have to like be putting on the old back burger.
Oh man, there goes your dreams of being a melee champion.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that would never happen. Basically, yeah, because like the plan for this year was I was going to play enough Street Fighter so I felt confident enough to go to Evo,
Yeah.
but that's not happening. So the new plan is I want to try to do tabletop war games again. And I'm either going to do it with Gundam or BattleTech or BattleTech. I want my robots. I also want that those things are like 4 robots. I don't have to paint up 10,000 points. No, thank you. I could paint one. I could paint my Atlas or my Zaku.
Oh man, I can't wait for an at-scale map, and then you can play with your actual Gundam models with the rules.
Apparently, people are debating about trying that. But then again, like we don't know. I think they announced the miniature game way too early, because people are like, at least like maybe it's just me, but I'm like, I want to know what the deal is. I want to know the rules. I want to know the stuff, Bandai. Tell me what it is. I know right now you're talking more about G-Quux, because that's where all your money's being spent. But I want to know about this miniature game. I already know about the card game. I get the feeling that they think the card game's going to be the number one thing, and the miniatures is like kind of like this side project. Where like as I see it, I'm like, nah, that miniature game could really get in. Because you got a friend.
I mean, you just said yourself, like, you confirmed there why they've not said anything is because it's just generating interest.
Yeah. Well, also they have their press cycles and stuff. Right now they're doing their movie. Their Anno, which I also didn't know that G-Quux is like the director is the person that did Good Fooly Cooly, and the assistant script person was like the person that wrote Utena. So they're having like there's a lot of all-star cast on that sucker that I did not know, because I don't know Japanese directors or like writers too well. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on there. I'm intrigued. But right now I'm just
I'm just surprised they're not talking about like some sort of phone app game or something. I feel like
they already
is
do.
like the usual for everything.
Oh, they do. Like that's the thing.
Oh, damn it.
Is that there is your gotcha phone slop Gundam game. There's like 3 of them.
My Gundam gotcha.
It's exactly like how, like, you know how Warhammer has there's like 5 Warhammer collectible card digital collectible card games, and they're all trash that no one plays. I think there's like Horus Heresy, then there's like Warped Forge, then there's combat cards for Warhammer, and that's the ones I know off the top of my head. And then there's like this other one that's just like Clash of Clans but Warhammer. And you're like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
Slop.
Yeah.
I also saw I was clickbaited, because as I was looking up of Gundam news, I saw a thing that said G Gundam sequel, and my brain activated, but it's like a light novel, and I'm like, oh. And the sequel's about Master Asia's son dealing with his dad was Master Asia, which is kind of cool. It could work. Having to deal with your dad's legacy of being Master Asia. But, you know. That's
I mean, I feel like you already got some of that story, though, too, in the first G Gundam. Because that's already part of Domon, is trying to become the, like, new King of Hearts.
Yeah.
And the shadow that's cast over him.
Yeah, but I think that's why it's a light novel, and they didn't go in for the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. What?
I would like some sort of epic sequel or something like that. That'd be cool.
Well, because there's an interesting thing, like, and I guess that's part of it, where, like, you're in the post-Gundam fight world, and, like, and it's the thing of, like, is humanity going back to normal war instead of Gundam fights? Like, you could see that world basically, like, oh, everything's okay now, and then like after like Domo and Kashi, who's like old or can't do anything, they're like, but what if like war though? What if we didn't need karate men? We have these
Well,
giant.
it's Domo is just keeping the peace for so long,
Yeah.
but now like he's too old, he's grandpa. And they're like, wait a second, let's just start doing normal war.
What if we just had these instead of having like a robot that's connected to like key energy and needs to turn into a super mode where Domo activates his like anger, what if we just gave it like two really big guns? Just two guns, and then the guns shot lasers.
Grab some children and fill them into these machines, and then I think we're good to go, right?
I'm all into this child pilot slavery idea.
Gavin, we just complained about Naruto.
Yeah, but they're saying they're actually commenting on it. That's the whole point of Gundam. Gundam comments on it. Naruto does not comment on it. Naruto, they're like, yeah, that's fine. No one is saying
Listen,
that this is
the children
bad.
in Naruto want to be soldiers, so it's fine.
They love it.
Listen, sometimes you're a kid on Mars and you don't have anything else to do except for pilot a death machine for a mercenary company. Or who knows, maybe you have to get inside your sibling and pilot them around because your mom's insane.
Yeah.
Or
maybe the man that said you're doing God's work gave you a gun and told you to kill your parents. Because they were infidels.
And you ask him about, maybe you see that man and ask about it, he'd be like, oh, dude, I was just like trying to get war going to get paid.
I was just kidding, lol.
Yo, I was just goofing. None of that shit's real.
It was just a prank, bro. I didn't think you'd do it, but I mean, alright. Oh, man.
Look, you need to put 20 children at that tank so I could take it down. Just had to be what it is. Sorry about that, kid.
You know, that's that's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, no, I mean, but that Gundam's not saying that's great. They're not clapping. Yeah. The screen is not saying, look how cool this is.
Whoa, did you see what Naruto did? So awesome. It's like, didn't he just like kill a small village because they're robbing people because they couldn't, afford food? I mean, yeah.
Don't think about it.
It's his job.
They were bad people.
They were robbers. We're not talking about systemic change here, Nolan.
Yeah.
Naruto,
let's not do systemic change.
Something that I think makes Naruto simultaneously better and worse is the fact that, like, we learned the long ago time was, like, 50 years ago. Like, it's not, like, all of this is actually fresh and new. These concepts of, like, established ninja nations.
Yeah, it's not that old.
And so, like, it makes sense that it's very precarious, but then it gets so stupid so fast because of it, too. Ugh.
Like, it's
well, I like that we can't trust the other villages, and it's like, okay, well, also we can't invade other villages because everyone has their own nuclear bomb. We all have nukes, essentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We all have an old super monster that lives inside someone, except ours we mistreat. All the other villages, they treat that person as, like, very important. I don't understand that.
Your bomb can talk. Why are you not being nice to it?
Every other village is the talking bomb is either treated very well or taken care of. Like Killer Bee or whatever, and like the Lightning Village, they love that guy.
Yep.
So not only Killer Bee, but there's another one in the Lightning Village that's also cool with its Shonen.
Yeah, they're all cool with it.
What the?
They're cool. They're not doing anything bad.
We hate the Nine Tails. Everyone else is just like, yeah, no, we love our bombs. They're awesome.
They're important.
Listen,
They keep us safe.
Like, you realize how much destruction this thing cost before we captured it?
Garo was elected
to try to get it.
He was put Hokage real fast.
Yep.
As soon as he chilled out.
That was so good.
It's like, yeah, nah, put him in charge.
Look, I achieved Naruto's dream. It was easy.
It was easy because I'm so strong. I also have, like, the temperament for, like, if someone said, are you a child soldier? I'm like, yeah. I'm not trying to be, like, hopeful about it. I was messed up. I got better. I dealt with it.
Is there not another job Naruto could have done?
There's a lot of things Naruto could have done.
Honestly, I feel like he should have learned that he should be a teacher instead of... But I guess everyone in all of the villages are also teachers.
I don't know. It's not well written. But it's one of those things where, like, it's one of those things, like, and you get these every so often. I don't know how common it is nowadays. I'm not sure with the kids. But where there's something that's really stupid, but you watched a lot of it because there was nothing else. Like...
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people... okay, yeah, you go.
I don't think that is the case anymore, because there is something else. There's always something
There's
else.
a lot of something else.
Now it's just like you either watch stuff because you wanted to, or because all your friends watched it, and you're like, oh, well, let's check this out then.
Like...
Listen, I watched it because that Rock Lee fight was really cool, and I wanted to see if there was more of it.
Well, it was also, like... I want to say, when Naruto was starting off, this is like... Remember, this was like the pre-Crunchyroll era where you'd have to get torrents for anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you wanted to read your... This was not like I go on Viz today and I read my chapter of Chainsaw Man and go, that was great.
Yep.
And I just... and it took zero effort. This is where, like, you get...
At best, you could watch 3 10-minute sections of a Naruto episode on YouTube.
Oh, and
even then, that was in 2008, 2009.
Yeah, you're either watching it on Toonami, the dub on Toonami, you're reading, like, the manga from torrents that were fan translated poorly. Or, like, I think that's...
Press the poorly.
And I think that's one of the things that, like, we don't it's hard to remember, but that's like that's how I watched and absorbed so much Naruto, because you're getting that. We didn't have that much anime, or if you did, it was hard to acquire, relatively speaking. You even didn't go to Naruto, Sasuke. The fraudulent streaming sites weren't even, like, there. Where you're like, yeah, you're like, this is like where if you're going to, like, kisscartoon.com, you will probably get a virus. Whereas in the old day, if you got the wrong Naruto raw, you were getting a virus.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now it's like, oh man, his cartoon's not loading because my ad blocker is blocking all of the viruses.
Yeah.
I guess I have to go somewhere else.
I did get a virus on my computer for downloading anime back in the day.
What, the mirror's down? Alright, now go to another one.
It was like porn pop-ups just started going. And I was like, what? What is this? I was just downloading the Naruto raw. I needed to know how
why can't you scammers at least make it relevant content? Should have just done. Here's anime pop-ups now. So
No,
like,
it was like hardcore pornography. Like, please come to
yeah.
our pay site, and I was like, no. Yeah, I remember that. That was embarrassing. Never forget. But that's also why, like, I've read. Oh, Nolan disconnected, but that's okay. He'll come back. He'll come back. Just reminiscing of the. But yeah, that's how we got Naruto, and it's like Doug. Is Naruto the Doug of anime?
Yeah, I think that's a safe. Yeah, yeah.
We're like Doug is a show I watched a lot of because it was on, and Naruto is the anime I watched a lot of is on. Now Naruto is way better than Doug. I'm gonna slap that down.
Mm, mm.
There's cool scenes in Naruto. There's no cool scene.
No, see, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say probably, but only because the animation quality is better.
I even think like the fight scenes in the manga are like better. Like they're.
But I'm not counting the manga. I'm talking like.
But then again, okay, hold on, because if you go strictly with the anime, then you got to deal with the filler, and Naruto has the worst filler.
Honestly, I think the filler arc is on par with Doug.
Is Naruto
Filler arc Naruto has a lot of the road trip episode of Doug vibe.
Oh, you gotta find the mystery spot. What could it be?
It's a potato that kind of looks like a baby.
Yeah. They went to the canyon, the painted canyon or whatever. See, this is I hate that's in my brain. I hate it's there. Okay, I think that's the difference. I don't hate that Naruto stuff is in my brain. Like, I don't hate knowing that, like, if you do your shadow clone jutsu and all the shadow clones work and then they combine, you get all the memory, all the training. I think that's cool. I don't hate that.
I don't have like any Shippuden knowledge. I only have like the original series knowledge.
Oh, I saw it through. I saw Naruto through. I know about Kaguya.
Oh, Nolan's trying to talk.
Nolan's trying. It's okay. He's being trapped in the infinite Tsukumogi or whatever. Part of Naruto.
Just the entire what I do know of the Itachi Sasuke plot is just so stupid.
I think a lot of it is, now I'm remembering, I didn't actually watch Naruto, like the final arcs, so I stopped reading it during the Ninja War, and then I watched Wooly play through the video games. That was like the last ending. Because I think Wooly had the same feeling of Naruto where you're watching it. Yeah, no one's having connection problems. Even Discord's giving like the yellow light of uh-oh.
It's not happy.
Anyway, but I'm gonna keep going. And like I agree
I'm still here.
with Wooly that when Might Guy opens all 8 of the gates and like defeats Madara Uchiha, this should just been a pop-up that said the end. He did it. He solved the problem.
He should not still be alive. I'm going to say that.
No, he should have also died. He should have died super hard.
I really like the idea of if that's what's happening. I feel like if you're Madara Uchiha, it just puts you in the lose-lose situation of like, okay, he's either going to kick my ass, or I can Sharingan and copy and also open all the gates, and then also die. And just like, yep, you have lost. You can't do anything about this.
I'm a big fan.
And then guy just lived anyway.
Yeah, because Naruto had to save the day. And then they had to fight the space Kaguya from the moon.
And then Naruto made
it was
her-
aliens all along.
It was aliens all along.
Oh no! Now there's more aliens showing up. What are we gonna do, Naruto?
Remember that like Japanese folktale about Kaguya and like the bamboo? Remember that?
No.
Well, you then this is gonna seem real new to you. You know Usagi the space rabbit?
Yes, I'm familiar.
What if I combined that? what if I did that? But I took like a couple folk tales and mixed them up a bit, and also said they're aliens.
Like, I don't know if he looked at Dragon Ball and said, well, it worked for him when he said it was aliens all along. So maybe this is how we start Naruto Z.
No, it's you do okay, but you don't do that at the buzzer. You're like, okay, halfway through, it's really aliens.
Now, if it turned out it was really aliens for like Naruto or Boruto,
Naruto Next Generation?
yeah, oh god, that's
all it is for Naruto Next Generation.
That's also the thing about Naruto is that like there's like 3 distinct time period arcs of it. I have no idea what's going on in Boruto, nor do I care.
Okay, so Kevin, it's now 4 different time periods because now there's a time skip in Boruto.
Oh, okay, so Boruto Shippuden exist?
Yes.
Man.
But now
He doesn't
Boruto is the Sasuke, and the new Sasuke is the Naruto.
He doesn't even write it, does he? Or does he write it and someone else draws it?
I don't know.
I don't think he does anymore.
Knows.
I think it's honestly, if anything, his name is on it to draw paycheck and to lend credence, but I think it's a ghostwriting situation.
I'm going to be real honest. Who is reading it? That's what I really want to know.
Children?
Children are watching One Piece.
They're reading
Well, yeah, but they
Kagebushra
can do
and Chainsaw Man right
Yeah,
now.
the children.
They don't need Naruto.
The children need to know.
But it's also Boruto only comes out once a month.
Oh, yeah,
So, like,
Okay,
yeah,
it's monthly.
Can I talk
Yeah.
about the spoilers for this week's Chainsaw Man?
sure.
So like, this is simultaneously a minor spoiler, but also a major spoiler because of Chainsaw Man. So as Chainsaw Man is sitting down, and they're having their coffee after escaping from the aging devil, he asked Asa / Yoru. He was like, "Which one of you jerked me off?"
Yep.
and she won't tell him.
Unless you eat your own hand.
You gotta eat your own hand, and then I'll let you know.
And he proceeds to be like,
1 second's all it takes.
He's trying. He's like, oh. I'm saying Chainsaw Man's a masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
It's a masterpiece.
It gets better every week.
The fact that, like, Aging Devil was like, okay, you have to stay here with Denji forever. And then she gave up. She's just like, no.
Yay!
No.
I also love it's like that they put the gun down on the table and Denji just immediately is click, 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 click. Like,
I'll let you kill us with... I thought you'd forgive us. No!
No.
Denji is a base human.
Oh, he's great.
He's so good. Fucking Chainsaw Man, all killer, no filler. Just the best.
Yeah. It does the thing where all the characters are extremely human, and I appreciate that. Even the devils, they're also human. 'Cause I get it. Listen, who wouldn't want to have the Statue of Liberty become your gun, your arm?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's real cool. Hello, gun devil, sweetie. Would I really eat my own sacrifice my own children? Yes. 100%. Let's go. It's like, good job. It's good. Dan to Dan's doing okay.
Yeah, it's chugging along right now.
I think it's like spinning its wheels a bit. I think it's kind of like...
Yeah, no, it is.
Like, after the tiny box arc, I feel like we've been just, like, spinning our wheels as they're trying to introduce the big bad, but they're doing it, like, at like, the 75% mark. I'm like, maybe you should have done this in, like, chapter 3.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're really taking their time.
Yeah, it's kind of... I'm like, okay. Like, when's Oda-kun gonna get different power, or Oku-run, or whatever? He needs new powers. I want to see.
He needs powers now. Come on.
He needs power. He doesn't have the Turbo Granny stuff anymore. I want to see powers.
You know who's not spinning their wheels though? Is Oda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Big things happening on Elbaf.
Someone told me that, that one guy, I'm like, oh, that's Shank's father. I'm like, no way, that can't be. And now we see the other guy, and I'm like, okay, that might be Shank's father.
Maybe learn a little something about old red hair.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that, like, chapter 200 chapters ago or whatever it was. I'm like, wait, what's he doing meeting with them? And then it's like, oh.
What's that, huh?
Oh.
But that's like everything in One Piece. We're like, didn't you remember this happened? One Piece is like, it loves to reward you from reading all of it. It's like, do you remember the crocodile stuff happening in like the sharp chapter art beginnings?
Yeah.
Do you remember this guy? It's like, what? He's not random. He was there.
Yep. He's been there the whole time.
Been there.
Yeah, if I catch up on One Piece, if you are not caught up on One Piece, Elbaf, I think is going to be like, I don't know, I'm getting the vibes. It's going to be the Water 7 arc for the New World.
It's getting good. It's like stuff's happening. I'm getting really excited.
Because, like, Wano was clearly, like, the Alabasta, and so, like, I think this is going to be, like, but this is, like, the actual big explosive arc.
This is where stuff's coming to a head.
Do you think this is the ultimate or the penultimate arc?
Penultimate. That's what I'm going.
Yeah, because no, I don't even think it's penultimate. I think we got another arc after this, and then we got the final arc after that.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
Do you think we'll ever find out about the Lost Century?
Yes. Yeah. No, they started touching on some of it.
Good.
It's taken almost a century, but we're going to find out about that century.
Find out.
It's only been a quarter century.
It really is.
All right, yeah, it started in 98. Will One Piece be done in its 30th year anniversary?
Ooh, that'd be good.
In 28. Will 28 be the end of One Piece? And it can say it lasts for 30 years.
I think Oda, within the past few years, said there's like 5 years of One Piece left or something. Maybe more than that, but he has made his statements of like, One Piece is getting close.
And then Shonen Jump panics.
No, and then Shonen Jump is like, we got someone. Okay, full team of doctors surround Togashi 24/7. Physical rehab, everything. Throw everything.
Everything at the wall. Are we gonna enshrine Togashi in the Golden Throne and sacrifice 1,000 manga authors a day to
keep him alive?
Keep him alive as like the Adeptus Mechanicus pray to him, and then like it prints out a new chapter of Hunter x Hunter, and it's really good, guys. It's really good. They're in the Dark Continent.
what you can't see. If you see the actual prints that he draws, all of Hunter x Hunter is now like in blood red because it's the blood of other manga.
Yeah.
Fueling him.
Did you get the bag and
No, that's how it is. That's just how it goes.
Oh.
That's how that's the only solution. Or they have to find someone new. Someone's got to come up with something.
There's a lot of good manga right now. There's nothing that is One Piece level.
It's literally Hunter x Hunter's the only thing, and that's just
That's it.
too inconsistent.
Like, I love Chainsaw
Like,
Man.
there's nothing new.
Chainsaw Man
There's
is
nothing new that's, like,
incredible,
killing it.
but it is not like mass market appeal.
No.
Same.
Like,
It's for weirdos like us.
Jujutsu Kaisen ended too, so
But Jujutsu Kaisen's also not like that mass market. It's too like
mature. It's still shonen, but it's like old shonen. It's like pushing seinen.
Yeah, well,
seinen.
It's kind of like a kid can have, like, a 5-year-old could be walking with like a Monkey D. Luffy t-shirt, and then like a 35-year-old can have the same Monkey D. Luffy t-shirt and be like, yeah, I get it. But like, your 5-year-old is not going to be walking out with their Sakuna t-shirt unless they're really cool.
Oh wait, no. There we go.
Yeah.
So no, we're gonna put all our laurels on Spy X Family. That's what's gonna have to carry Shonen for a while.
We're gonna have to do it.
Didn't Demon Slayer have like the #1 sales of all time or something?
Yeah, but Demon Slayer's okay.
Just take it.
Yeah,
I think it's, but it's not One Piece. It's not One Piece. Speaking of not One Piece, I gotta wrap it up.
All right.
Tell us in the comments your favorite Naruto Doug moment. Did you like when Skeeter activated his Rinnegan for the first time? Or perhaps the
I like when Patty Mayonnaise had to protect Doug and Skeeter.
Oh my god, is this Mr. Bone is Orochimaru?
Yes, Vice Principal Bone is Orochimaru. You have BB. God, God, I forgot his name.
Which one?
I was gonna
Roger?
say Roger. Roger Klotz would be like, he'd be Gaara in this situation.
Yep.
Because he's
who's
initial
the low-key villain who then is it?
Yeah, he's the ally, but he also surpasses the main character in his goal. Anyway, enough of this. I'm done.
I'm good to go off on.
Bye.
Bye.